I think the umpires are doing as well as they can do. They might have had a couple of bad decisions throughout the last two games to come up with a plan for Maharaj and the off-spinner Mulder hit.
Hi, Jamie. How do you evaluate the situation right now? It's already 5 down.
Yeah, I mean, I think they batted really well. They put on a score that it's probably put the game out of our reach, especially with the way we batted this afternoon. Yeah, there were a few fundamental batting mistakes made by our left-handers, and I thought they bowled quite well, especially Maharaj, who hasn't got a wicket yet, but is bowling, as you've probably seen on TV, really good quality spin. So it's going to be a really tough match from here on in.
What should be the plan for tomorrow? What should be the right approach?
Yeah, look, the guys are going to have to come up with a plan for Maharaj and the off-spinner Mulder. The ball is spinning quite a lot and at good pace, so it's going to be a difficult day of batting. See what we can do with our 5 wickets, and then hopefully we can put some partnerships together, which we haven't been able to do so far. Quite a few of the batsmen have looked comfortable, played some good shots, but then, as I said, there were some fundamental mistakes with our defensive game, and 3 LBs and a bold is not okay.
Fidos.
Thank you. Hi, Jamie. I know this might not really be your department, but I'd just like to ask you a little bit about the aggression that we saw in the morning session, and the Bangladesh teamers have really looked up for it in this series, and that, bringing some good fight. What's been your assessment of that, and are you seeing them as becoming a little bit more attacking in their approach?
The aggression, you're talking about the aggression from our bowlers and also when we're batting?
Yes, sorry, I'm not sure if
I think we're trying to instill a fight in our team that not necessarily with our voice, but with the way we play the game. We've got to be in the battles to win the battles, and I think the players may have taken that on board. We've been quite happy with the way they've fronted up, but obviously the performances so far haven't followed up that aggression. I think throwing the ball back at the batsman may be one thing you're talking about. That just happened, and it probably was a misdirected throw rather than something that was intended to hit the batsman. So that's just normal fast bowlers getting frustrated after bowling 30 overs and not taking wickets. Yeah, I guess we're a little bit frustrated, but the umpires are doing as well as they can do, and that's what the referral system's there for, I guess. So we're being made to refer a lot more than we would like, that's for sure. But the DRS, no teams use up all their referrals in the game yet. We probably used our last one on the last wicket today. So it hasn't really impacted the game. We've been able to refer and turn over the ones that were mistakes. So, yeah, I think the umpires are doing as well as they can do. They might have had a couple of bad decisions throughout the last 2 games, and that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. Umpiring's a difficult game.
Coach, Tamim has some similarity in his dismissal over the first few matches. Do you find any problem of him?
Sorry?
Tamim. I talked about Tamim.
Yeah, I think Tamim was looking for a 4 to bring up his 50. So he'd forgotten how he'd been playing throughout the whole innings. He'd been playing beautifully straight and not putting his pad across. I think his innings was outstanding. His aggression, taking the fight up to the bowlers, it relaxed our change room. Yeah, I thought he played a really good innings, 47. Would have been nice if he went on with the game, though.
Isam?
Jamie, a word on the 3 dismissals, LBW, with the ball coming in from Bayanno Mulder. That's question number 1. And question number 2, the way Mushfiq is approaching his innings, you think it's a slightly high risk going for the sweep on a wicket that, the bounce is a bit uneven?
Yeah, I think I've spoken to all 3 of the left-hand. I've spoken to 2 of the left-handers about their dismissals already. Both were trying to hit the ball to the leg side when they know I talk about them clearing their front pad and trying to hit it back to where it came from, which is the offside. And we need to work on that. That was mental mistakes, technical mistakes that can be easily rectified, and we need to do that pretty quickly because that's a form of dismissals that should not happen with a bloke coming around the wicket. Batsmen need to get that pad out of the way and play nice and straight. Mushfiq, we know we need to be aggressive against the spinners. We need to take some risks in order to get the bat padders out of the game. And if that means sweeping, Mushfiq's a great sweeper of the ball normally. And there is a little bit of turn and bounce, but we haven't lost a wicket sweeping yet. We've lost wickets doing other things. So I think we keep doing, if we've got a sweep shot, I want the players to sweep. You won't see Ravi sweep, but you'll see Mushfiq continue to sweep. And I think it's the strength of his game. And he's still out there. He's not out. So if he hangs around and just pokes around, he'll probably find himself out. So I think we encourage that. Maybe high risk, but that's okay.
Okay, last 2 questions. Mehdi?
Hello, Jamie. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify your opinion on Tamim's approach in this innings and the overall batting. Like at Mount Maunganui in the first test at New Zealand, Bangladesh wanted to take the New Zealand bowlers, make the New Zealand bowlers bowl at them like towards the stumps and waver from the line. But here we saw a lot more strokes being played, and I just wanted to know how is this just about getting the dressing room to feel a bit braver here, or is that something else that you planned as a team?
Test cricket, no. Tamim's inning is pretty natural for him. I don't think he actually played in New Zealand, so he wasn't part of that. Every time I've seen Tamim bat, whether it be one-day cricket or test cricket, he's quite aggressive early, and then he settles into his game. And I thought he'd settled down quite well. The spinners, he was quite aggressive, but then once he'd settled into that, he'd also calmed down. I think he played the fast bowlers really well. He only hit the balls that were bad balls. I don't think he played too many rash shots against the quicks. He left well, defended well, really good forward defense. Him and Shanto had early in their innings were fantastic against the right arm around the wicket. I don't think it was aggression that got them out. It was just a poor mental mistakes. They didn't keep doing what they'd been doing.
At the beginning of the innings, Shanto was perhaps forcing the issue a bit. Would you prescribe the same approach for the rest of the top order?
No. I think everyone's encouraged to play their own game. If they see a ball that's there to be hit, that's a bad ball, they're encouraged to play aggressively. I think Shanto as well, from what I've seen so far, he goes after the short ball. So they're the only shots I think he probably could have avoided playing early in his innings. He played great forward defense. He only drove at balls that were half volleys. I didn't see him play any rush shots against the spinners. So he was quite controlled. He had fantastic defense early against the bowlers around the wicket. Just a couple of pull shots that he played. I think he's a really good puller, and that may be his natural game. I haven't got to know Shanto that much so far as game. So I'm getting my head around how all the players play. That's the 3rd innings I've ever seen those guys playing in a game. So just trying to work out what their game plans are and how they go about test cricket.
Sorry to bother you with one last question. Would you say that Bangladesh batters were expecting that one delivery that gets the wicket, and so probably going through a certain kind of flow during their innings to contribute and score quick runs before they get that one delivery that they can't play?
No, I think our best form of defense against the spinners is to play some shots, get the bat padders out of there, because if you just hang around trying to defend all day, we're going nowhere, and we'll eventually get a bat pad that goes to hand. So if you've been watching, the ball's spinning a lot, and it's very difficult to defend. If you saw Ravi at the end and Mushfiq play and miss, just hanging the bat there trying to hold on, it's very difficult. So you might need to play some cross bat shots and back away cut shots just to get the pressure off. I don't think they're rash shots at all. Spinner hasn't got a wicket yet. It's the fast bowlers that have got wickets, and 4 of them were too defensive shots, not aggressive, attacking, risky shots.